look. You're right. The fish was on when you look. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat. The fish was on when you look. You're right. And that's the reason you look. You're right. Was on when you look.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, my peoples in the United States of America and in the Republic of Liberia in West Africa. Today is December the 8th, 2020. It is 12:01 a.m. and in Liberia, it is 5:01 a.m. Welcome to Tony Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is a special edition. I'm up early. Well, I'm not up early. I didn't go to bed yet. But you people in Liberia are up early. And for some of you who didn't sleep, I know you've been waiting for this time to cast your ballot for the candidate of your choice. Today is a special day for us who are supporters of Senator Darius Dillon. Today is a special day for us who are proponents of change in our country. Today is a special day for Liberian people because from the signs all around us, it's a strange and new beginning where we have some sign or semblance of light in our midst. So let's talk about today. My topics for this morning are senatorial by-election in Liberia. Vote for ADD number 2. 2. With Sunday 12/6/20 violence in Grand Cape Mount County. Is this election safe? What does your vote mean to Liberia? So let's get into my first topic. Senatorial by-election in Liberia. Vote for ADD number 2. This morning, as you rise, enthusiastic, inspired, motivated for whatever candidate you are going to vote for, especially A. Darius Dillon. If that is your choice this morning, then go out there and vote your heart. Go out there and encourage other people to stand up for their futures, for what they believe in, and vote their heart. Not as supporters of parties, but as patriots of the West African Republic of Liberia. And these are some of the reasons I want you to consider when you go vote today. Your vote today must signal the much needed change that you believe is needed in our country. With all the killings, with all the deaths, with all the missing people in our society, with all the evils and rapes among our young children perpetrated by evil people within our society, against even babies. We can't tolerate this. We need change in our community. We need change in our society. We need change in Liberia, where criminals and culprits and people who perpetrate crimes in our country will be held accountable for their actions under our rule of law, under our criminal justice system, and even under our civil system. We have to hold these people accountable because they are detrimental to us and our nation. Two, when you cast your vote, there's only one thing to think about today. Only one thing. Your situation in Liberia today. How is your situation in Liberia? If you are a CDN, did you listen to Vani Saki's statement today? One of your big officials in the CDC ranks who withdrew from CDC because he cares about his future. He cares about fighting for something that he wants to get something from. Not just fighting for something where other people will benefit and you got to leave and walk home or leave and look for food and leave and do this and do that. He told you today, I spread that video all around for all you young children to watch because he told you plainly and clearly, vote for your futures. Vote for your lives. Vote for change in Liberia. You're not in school. You people not getting the and education and experience and advancement and progress you need. You're not getting it. So why are you wasting your time following people who not shining the light on you? They only shining the light on themselves. And you know, Charan, I keep telling you time again, light does not shine up. Light shines down to enlighten the paths of the masses who are under its illuminance, brilliance. Think about yourself. So when you go forth, think about your situation in Liberia. Because when you think about your situation in Liberia, you will also think about Liberia's situation. Because if the situation is so bad for you now, you can't go to school, you can't find work, there's no way you can get money except stealing. And then your frustration so much. As soon as you steal, you go in the ghetto to spend that money on dope. How can that help to change your lives? Even if you don't smoke dope and things, you got family to take care of. You got parents to help. All these things are cumbersome on people who are cheated in our society by our leaders. If we in the diaspora are cheated by the stealing in Liberia, that we cannot get our properties and develop them because of the rocket stealing and giving our properties to Indian people and different people in our country who claiming to be Liberian citizens. Only Negro people can become citizens. Indian people not Negroes. So you have to understand this thing. And people can't come and be bribing everybody in our country. Where is our country, man? You will sell our country all piece by piece and piece by piece. This is why we need to think about your situation in Liberia and our country and why change is necessary. Let's move on to my next point. Today, there will be violence. Be prepared. Don't leave your house thinking that you're going to fair and peaceful election. There will be violence. Be prepared. Especially after 6 o'clock when they count the votes and pronounce. It would shock me if they don't. It would certainly shock me if they don't. If they don't pronounce Thomas Fowler the winner. You listen to me. There will be violence all through the day. If not, I will be shocked. But I'm certain there will be more violence when the Election Commission declares. I will be surprised if they don't. Don't hold me to it. But if they declare Thomas Fowler as the victor of today's election. So be prepared. Think about yourselves. Don't say Commander Chesson didn't warn you. There will be violence, whether you like it or not. It's going to occur today, all through the day, at different polling stations. The tension is too high in Monrovia. The tension is too high in Masurado County. There will be violence. And let us pray that this violence does not occur. If it doesn't surprise me, if they don't declare Thomas Fowler the victor tonight. So I'm just advising you all, admonishing you all, pay attention. Stay alert, stay alive. That's the message from the correctional officer to you. That's how we stay alive. We stay alert. Okay? Let's move on. The fourth point, vote number two. Vote number 2 for your senator to retain Darius Dillon in the seat. There's a reason why we have to keep this man in his seat. Darius Dillon signifies a new beginning in our society. And now I promise you people, men like me, I will hold Darius Dillon to the truth, to what he stands for and what he promised us for, because he got to be successful. We can't put our hopes and trust and repose our trust in Darius Dillon and he let us down. No, he ain't going to let us down or he's going to be made shame because we'll monitor him. Too many people's hopes are riding on changes in Liberia because of your votes today. Too many people are relying on your votes today for our nation to begin to head into a new era of change, responsibility, accountability, and positive progress and advancement. We've been under this system for too long, my people. We come from the old regime, we come in the new regime, and the new regime worse than the old regime. This cannot be sensibility. This is insanity. This is insanity. And that's why we've got to rise to the occasion and hold the people responsible who are the people that have brought much suffering, hurt, deaths, lawlessness, criminality upon my people. Somebody got to stand out to these people. And I promise you, things will change because we're going to build a new military that will be disciplined, that will be professionals to the letter. And under Tony Commander Chesson command, our country will stay in peace for the next 1,000 years because we set the foundation and the standards for our military, our entire society to be disciplined. Honor, valor, and discipline can change the whole trajectory of our country. I listen to all the senators speaking in those rallies. Our people making all that noise. No. During my time, when our officials stand up to speak, that whole place will be silent. Go be silent. That discipline. People ain't got to force it upon you. But when your society is disciplined and you know your leader is about to speak, everybody will be silent because they want to hear what the leader got to say. If you talking and leader talking, why you was here? So our society needs to change, and this is the beginning. Because when we start with people like Derek Dillon, when we start holding our criminal leaders and our warlords and our bandits accountable, and holding them responsible and duty bound to the Liberian people, people like us will come on in no time because we're ready to change. We're ready to change. Let me move on. Number 5, make sure you vote no for the referendum. Yes, we want to come home. Yes, we want dual citizenship. Yes, there are many benefits we can bring home for our people. But all of this must be done in accordance with the procedure of law, the rule of law. You kept us out of Liberia for so long. We be out of Liberia. Why are we rushing to come home? We ain't rushing to come home because you people have to learn the meaning of rule of law. You people have to learn that you have to be honest to yourselves and stand up on foundation that will enrich all of us, that will change the lives of all our people. I'm talking to my people in America to change. I'm tired with these people here. I won't break myself away from most of the community. You hear my military song? When I was in my house, my brother was there, my sister was there, my mom was there, my pa was there, my dog was there, my cat was there, my fish was there. And that's the reason I left. I had to find a life for myself. And that's what I'm bringing to my Liberian people. My young children, change is on the way. But only you can decide that change by your vote today. Tony Commander General Galpohkpa Chesson wants you right now to vote right. Vote number 2. Vote no for the referendum. Our referendum under the law requires that people have 1 year of 12 months of education, debates, forums, so people can get to know the issues, why our constitution must be amended, why our law must be changed. Because when you change the constitution, you are changing our lives. Because the constitution gave our country life. From the constitution, everything flows. Our government, our country, our name, our lives, everything flow from the constitution. That's why people refer to the constitution as the instrument that breathes life into a nation. Because without a constitution, we not have no name. We not know who Liberians are not. We not know who can be Liberian or not. We don't know our system of government. What kind of government we're going to have? Are we going to have chieftaincy, go in the village kind of thing? Or we're going to have communism, socialism, democracy? These are the things that our constitution tell us. And our constitution tell our government how to make the rules to treat our people. In the olden days, the constitution was made to protect the country or the leader. It was calling protecting the sovereign. The constitution was made to protect the sovereign. And it gave the president and the government too much power over the private citizens. And the private citizens didn't want the government interfering into their lives. It became a problem. Because if you don't have, at that time, there was no freedom of speech, there was no freedom of movement, there was no freedom of worship, there was no freedom of anything. You just had to follow the state law. There was nothing telling you you couldn't go to church and all of that. But everything was taxes, how the government will run, how the government will intervene in regulating your life, how the government would do this and that. So the government was the sovereign. We had no rights. The government tell us go and we gotta go. Because that had a constitution written in the beginning. Then they started to add amendments. That was the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment. They started to change the Constitution, to modify the Constitution. So we, the citizens, could have individual rights and liberties that the Constitution, the state, cannot infringe on. Because everything was for the government. The Constitution was made to support the sovereign. That means the government. And people complain. Say, no, we ran away from England to get away from the Queen, to get away from the kings. You know, a lot of the people that came here were gangsters and things in prison who didn't want no law and order. So they took all of them and sent them here. So they came here now. The rich people still follow them, the barons and things, because they couldn't let they had to send control the bandits in this country, so they had to send the British Army, the British thing, to protect the other people, the landowners, and those people who wanted to own land here. So they were still under that was Maryland. The state of Maryland, St. George's County, Prince Andrew this county, Prince that county. That's how they had it here. All the royals came here who wanted to buy land and live rich, so they had to send the army with them, the British Army, to come and protect them. So everything when they changed when we defeated Britain in the Revolutionary War and America became independent, and my descendant, Thomas Jefferson, sat to wrote the Constitution. All those things came through the Bill of Rights. And all those things, because the initial Constitution really was restrictive. So they gave us Bill of Rights. But those Bill of Rights basically dealt with dividing us from Britain, with setting up our sovereignty as itself. So after we set up the democracy, there still wasn't freedom of movement, there wasn't freedom of this. And this is what we left Britain for. This is what Americans left Britain for. They wanted freedom. The religious freedom, that were the Puritans and all the people left Britain for too, the Puritans. They wanted to come into a free world. But they wanted to develop a religious society. So that was some of them had to go into displacements. They came to Rhode Island. A lot of the Puritans came to Rhode Island. That was Rhode Island. It's so kind of holy, like it's changing a little bit now, but when we first came here, it was very holy. So those were the things that were happening. So people began to fight for Bill of Rights. Individual liberties. So as time went on, they started to make changes to the Constitution, calling them amendments. That means they're adding to the Constitution. They're adding new laws to the Constitution. That what amendment is, you add on, you attach to. So they kept adding on. And this where our Constitution today comes from. Now Liberia does not have amendments. That's what we want to do now. Amend certain things in the Constitution. But even if we amend it, those articles will not change. Only the terms will change. So I don't know whether we're going to put them under amendments or just revision of the articles of the Constitution. Because we're not really amending the Constitution. We're just changing the language in the article from one term to the next term. So that's not really an amendment. That's what you call it? Revision, revising the rules and laws. So, but we still have to vote on it because that's a changing of the terms in the article. And since our Constitution is so divine, that's why referendum is important to teach our people. So you don't just get up and vote. Because when you vote, you're not voting for yourself. You're voting for your children and your children's children and your children's children. So you vote without being an informed voter. That's what they call an informed voter. When you get educated about voting, when you can argue, people argue all the pros and cons, you go to forums, they can set up for and against. where people, illiterate people, literate, erudite, educated people in the community can debate for and against, and we hear their points. And if we want further explanation, we can ask people to come into the community and enlighten all the groups in the community. That will give us enough chance to have the opportunity to educate our communities about the changing and the changes they want to make in the Constitution. So it is very significant. It is very significant because we are the keepers of the future of our children. We are the preservers of the destiny of our children. We are the protectors and defenders of the future of our country, our society, and our children. I hope you're getting this thing in. Because anytime you fail to vote the right way, to vote as unprepared voters, uninformed voters, you risk voting the wrong way. And in our election, our people are getting wise now. As the hard time catches us because our failed decisions to pick the bad leaders, we'll learn. Just like we're learning in America now. People can't eat, people can't work. 2,000 people dying a day. Even Giuliani now, the same man who running behind Trump, he in the hospital. And he's up there in age too. Will he get the same medical treatment Donald Trump got? Only the shadow knows. Okay, let's go on to my next point. So vote no to referendum. You all got to know why you're voting. Okay? That's my 5 points on the senatorial election in Liberia. Vote for ADD number 2. Okay? So we know that we have responsibilities. Just like our leaders, we have responsibilities to be informed voters. To be informed voters. Especially when people want to change our constitution, they're changing our lives. Because the constitution is the lifeblood of the Republic of Liberia. It gives us life. Without the constitution, we have no life. Okay? So let's take serious our destiny and understand we are responsible for our own fate. Let me take a break. We'll be back for number 2. So I want to hit my little. Okay, let me get into my second point. With Sunday, December 6, 20, violence in Galpohkpa County, is this election safe? I've already told you, be prepared for violence. Be alike, stay alive. There's no way this election can be violent free. Look behind me. The 2 cars in the picture there, under the flag they're burning. It's not even election day yet. Our upcountry not safe. And y'all know we lack security in Liberia. Just 300 police officers for Monrovia area and Masurado County. So what happened to our upcountry area? You'll see the vehicles they got. I saw the incident. Where was that recently? What was that? Was that in Bombing? or Nimba. There was a disturbance recently in one of the counties, and the police car had to come. That car is so old and dilapidated. We have no security in our country. Our up country is totally insecure. If things happen, how will the police will get there when the roads are so bad? You talking about a whole county election. Every part of our country, there could be violence. We do not have the security to secure the Republic of Liberia. Our national security is terrible because our leaders are rogues. Look how the people cut our security budget. They cut the police, they cut the military, and they gave it to the Sabu boys and Ziba unit. And the other one, the guy, I think forgetting their name. I mean, where our country going to now? So then how will you say there will be peaceful election today? There can be no peaceful election. Oh, they haven't found the people who blew up the main car, who burned the candidate car in Quitman County. They haven't found the people who did it yet. I don't think they're even looking for them. So how this man will campaign now? He ain't got no car. What they will do? No pen up there. No, yeah, they got motorcycle there. So I only bet ride around on motorcycle. But who will pay for the main car? You know, this kind of violence can't be tolerated in our country. Private people will not be safe. If this kind of thing go on, this is not small. They attack like they're throwing a rock. That even bad. But you got people blowing up people's cars and burning it up. You can't be doing that to people, man. People got lives after this election. How did people go to their work? How did they travel around? We know violence happens everywhere in the world. That's what we have. Strong police and strong security who are loyal people, paid well, and they are disciplined well too. Because you're getting paid well and you being caught taking bribe and things like that, we're coming down on you for everything you're worth. And these are the training we got to bring to our people. We got to pay our people well, but demand that they work. And these were the things we suffer under the other administration too. People getting paid, not working. All the jobs overlapping. You know, you got two ministers doing the same job. Then you got deputy minister and deputy minister. Our assistant director of national ID card at the Treasury Department was 7 assistant directors. 7. How you have 7 assistant directors in one bureau? That was killing our money. So they were just filling those positions because people were graduating from college every year and no jobs. So you create jobs. You overlap. You got 4 assistant director here, 3 deputy, 10 assistant director the other place, 6 deputies. And that's how a big country been running from time was founded. And besides the waste, it's the corruption and the stealing. So we are losing in every way. We are losing in maintenance. We don't maintain government property well. We're losing in buying. Our people so corrupt, they overprice things so they can get their cut. We're losing in taxes. We're losing everything in our country. Then you'll say no violence in the country. There's no money in the bank. You think these people will sit down here and let Darius Dallin and Nombly Kanga and all the people from CPP that can check on this government and make sure these people account for the millions and millions of dollars they are stolen? You think these people will just let these people walk into the house of legislature and strengthen it to go after we are? Because you say $10 can't change our country. That's a lie. Because when Dylan go in there again, and he joined by Kanga, Lawrence. You got two forces in the Senate that may have the same objective and may have the influential power to sway the minds of other people in there. Bring them to the consciousness. Let them realize that their loyalty is to Liberia, not George Weah. So when we understand these things, then we'll know why it is important for us to vote right. Because we got to change our country. And come what may, if there's any fraud, deception, cheating, or lies, we must bring them to the forefront and confront them. Because we cannot live in slavery, in servitude, in suffering and disgrace by our leaders in our own country. How long? My country is just like a little waste country now from 1980 to this day. Everybody just come and steal our money, do what they want to do, kill our people, and just leave. Child status is the only one suffering while the other bastards running around free. It's not fair to child stealer, but he got to stay in jail. He ain't coming out. He inside. We just got to catch the other people, his enablers and fellow robbers, and put them in jail. You see, I don't care whether you big man or not. I don't care whether you the mayor of the people or not. I don't care whether they're yelling your name every day. We come, we investigate, and we find out you inside. You go into jail. So you better stop preparing now, packing your stuff together, making sure everything tighten up good, because when the time of the Liberian people come, so be patient. Prison will open first, then we start shipping you to Bella Yala. Okay? We can't go through this thing. We can't go through this thing for even another 50 years. We cannot go through this thing for even another 5 years. We got to change our government. We got to get rid of the illiteracy, the dummies, the killers, and all the fucking preachers. We don't want no preacher in our government no more. It's a curse to us. It was a curse under Talbot. It's a curse under this man. You can't serve God and man at the same time. So let's get these religious people correct on their missions and send them away to the Christian Church of God. Let me take a break, then we'll get back to my third point, okay?
was home when you left. You're right. Your sister was home when you left. You're right. Your brother was home when you left. You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right. I was home when you left.
What does your vote mean to Liberia? As you go to vote this morning, and before I end my lesson, I just want to tell all my young children out there, educated, Zukus, semi-educated, skilled workers, all of you children out there, CDCNs, UPNs, Labour Party, ANC, all of you, I don't care which party you belong to. You got to listen to me. Our destiny is in your hands. Not because you are young children, you are foolish. Not because you are young children means you do not have thinking faculties. Not because you are young children means you can't be patriotic and loving to your country and people. For too long, our people have been segregated and separated because of who you are, what tribe you're from, and it can't go on. Those are the things that divide us the most. The tribalism, the sectionalism, even with the Congo people, our Congo, America, and all of that. You people are just as bad. And we got to check yourselves before you wreck yourselves. This thing is not good for us. It's not good for us in our country. We deserve better as a people. If we are the children of America, we have to raise our standards to be on par with America. So when people look at us, they say, yes, that country is ready like America. We have a good military. We have a good government. We have a good system of education. We have a good social service system to take our elders, to feed our children, to make sure everybody in Liberia have a meal a day, whether you're working or not. We put soup kitchens all around Liberia because we are responsible to feed our people. And the government must be able to guarantee our poor people 2 meals a day. That is no hard thing for Liberia. We ain't got to eat eggs. We ain't got to eat bacon. We ain't got to eat all of that. We got our potato and gravy and cassava and yam and rice. And this is how we start to grow food. Because if our people can't eat, we got to provide for our people. Our people, under Tony Commander, Galpohkpa Chesson, not ordering no more rice in Liberia. Busawa rice, if you buy Busawa rice, you're paying $50 a bag. That's not homegrown rice. We can go to our rice. You will not see Chesson eating foreign rice. We go to our rice. And no government official in Liberia will dare eat imported rice. As leaders of our country, we have a responsibility to set the examples for our people. If we can't do it, why should our people do it? And these are the changes we need to bring our country. Our leaders are not our kings. They're not our lords nor our masters. They are working because we repose our trust and confidence in them. Repose means that we take it from in us and put it in them. Everything we believe in, everything we trust, we take it from us and put it in our leaders because we believe in their abilities. We believe in their fiduciary senses, competence. Fiduciary has to do with money. So anybody playing with your fiduciary benefits or rights got to be accountable, got to be responsible, got to understand that they are duty bound to report to the Republic of Liberia. And failure to do so deserves punishment. All the lackadaisical attitude we got in our government will cease and desist. That's why we got to come on Attorney Commander Chesson. Because you be late, you see how I do my shows? When I say 5, I try to be there 5. If I late 1 or 2 minutes late, or if I late that because of technical error, you will know because I will come on and get off again. But you can't meet time. You can't serve in the Liberian government. When we say 8 o'clock, we mean 8 o'clock. And this is not Talbot. I ain't going to start something one day and start changing the next day. I stick with my pattern all my life. When we start something, I'm a correctional officer besides a soldier. Fair, firm, and consistent are my motto. And we stick with that motto because that saves your life. You can't be crooked with John and act fair with Peter. No, you can't do that. Then people see you, you have double standards. And people cannot trust you. People want to get rid of you because you're just as bad as a criminal as they are. So you can't have double standards. If it's for everybody, it's for everybody. And that's how it gotta work. When I was in the prison, every time they bring Liberian boys in, I call them straight, I tell them, you in the prison, don't expect nothing from Chesson. Anything hit the fan, you come and tell me. Follow the officer's order, then come and tell me. You disobey that officer, they call a court on you, I'm coming to get you too, brother. And I ain't treating you like I know you. I'm coming to get you because my life is in the hands of other officers. And their lives are in my hand too. And I cannot play preference or privileges or favorites on my job. I can't do that. We can laugh and talk all the time. I will tell you, follow the laws. Because when the alarm go off, I ain't coming looking at faces. I'm looking at the blue inmate uniform and I'm taking you down. So I was a lieutenant at the ACI. And you know, leading men in my prison, we don't play. Okay? So this is where my leadership skills came about, controlling men in there. Because in the army I dealt with the higher ups. I didn't control men. I was a specialist. Specialists don't control men. Specialists work in the field. I mean, in the offices and deal with um, policies and writing military rules and punishment and things like that. That was my job. So I never dealt with leading men. The sergeants with the stripe, the corporals with the stripe, they lead men. I'm a specialist. I'm a corporal too, specialist as a corporal, but I don't lead men. I'm too busy in the office running the military to worry about going outside and doing different things. You see, so that's how the military work. We got people who did do different things. You know who leading men and who deciding on policies and security and espionage and all the things. That's my area. So you got to understand. Everybody got an area. Everything got an area. So you got your area now. You're going to vote today. And you got to understand what the vote means to you. I already told you in my first lesson. The 5 points I listed to you. Remember them. Change your condition or situation. Violence in our country got to stop. Darius Dillon is the light. No referendum. That's my 5 points. I wish you all luck today. I wish we have a peaceful day, despite the fact that I know for certain that it will not be a peaceful day. But let's pray that nobody gets killed, nobody gets maimed or badly injured. Stay alert, stay alive, be prepared. My young children, Attorney Commander J. Galpohkpa Chesson of the West African Republic of Liberia, class is done. I'm out of here. Have a good day and vote well.